What's going on, y'all? Josh Jackson here, about to dive into what a negative step is. Thank you for joining us today. Hit the subscribe button right now. Thank you. What is a negative step? In acceleration, a negative step is quite possibly the most important factor to your acceleration speed. If you can master this, the chances that you are very quick increase drastically. Very fast athletes have a good negative step. What is a negative step? It is the trajectory of our leg on ground contact. Really what I want you to care or worry about is the first 5 yards of acceleration. We're not talking 40, we're transitioning to top speed, all of that. We're working on our acceleration phase only. Fun fact for you, acceleration phase is like 15 to 30 yards. That's a long distance. We think it's like 4 or 5. It's way further. But what we're talking about is our first 4 to 5 yards. When we talk negative step, one layer to it is, where does our foot land on the ground in relation to our hips? Are we landing out in front of our hips? This is a positive step. It's garbage, okay? If we land directly under our hips, it's a neutral step. It's all right, not the best. If we land behind our hips, this is a negative step. This propels us forward. Some tests that we're gonna do to go about this. One, if my foot's out in front and I push off this leg, what direction do I go in? I go backwards if I push off this front leg, right? If I'm below and I push off this leg, I go up. If I put it behind and I push off this leg, I go forwards. Obviously, in sprinting, we're going forwards. If you didn't know that, you need to go watch another video before you get to this one, okay? With that being said, if we can have good foot placement, it will increase our likelihood of getting a negative step. Now, that's not the only factor that matters. The trajectory that our foot is going in when we make ground contact does matter. Come with me for a second. We're actually gonna go up and we're gonna check out this office. You're gonna use an office chair. Welcome to the office. Here's your analogy. I'm sitting in a chair right now. If I want to roll that direction, I need to push in the opposite direction. Same thing applies with sprinting. If you're sprinting in one direction, when you make ground contact, our efforts need to be pushing in the opposite direction. So what does that look like? Well, when I drive my leg up, I need to be driving back and down into the ground. I can't let my foot drift out in front, releasing my shin. I can't just push straight down. I need to push back into the ground. That lever comes from our hips, rotating back down into the ground. I'm not extending my knee. I'm rotating at my hips, pushing back. Let me show you what this looks like. If I'm set up here watching my right leg, I get my knee up and I rip back into the floor. I'm not ripping down into the ground. I'm ripping back and down. The angle of my shin when I'm hitting the ground, pushing, is the angle that I'm gonna be pushing at going forward. Now, should we keep this going through all 15 of our first steps? The idea of ripping back down into the ground, conceptually, yes. The reality though, when we talk about a negative step, hitting behind our hips while attacking into the ground, it's important that we have both of those. One, we ground contact behind the hips. Two, the trajectory on ground contact is back into the ground. If we get both of those things, we're looking for our first 3 to 4 steps. 3 to 4 being like elite level. We need to get 1. If there's one thing that you can take from this video, you need to go right now, kneeling start, just like I did, and get the feeling of driving up and ripping back. This is one pillar amongst a lot of pillars. Forward lean, heel recovery, being able to get full extension of our back leg, all of those things matter a lot. But the negative step can be the make it or break it. We can have those other things, great, but if we aren't ripping back into the ground, we're losing what we could in terms of speed on acceleration. So take this, reps of negative steps, ripping back into the ground as aggressively as you possibly can. Conceptually, that is what a negative step is. Apply this to your training, take your game to the next level.